Now, it's a debate which has been decades in the making. Scotland's first referendum on devolution was 35 years ago. But what do the politicians who went head-to-head in those battles think about the latest one? Our political editor, Gary Gibbon, has been finding out.
The independence referendum is part of a decades-long saga about how Scotland wants to be governed. It's the third referendum in 35 years. The last one saw the Scots grab the idea of having their own parliament. In 1979, Scotland failed to take up the first offer of devolution.
Centre of political attention tonight.
Back then, Tam Dalyell and Jim Sillars debated each other across Scotland.
Give me examples of where separation has ever led, or devolution has ever led to separation.
No, there are no examples, because no one has ever been so daft and balmy.
The great problem then was a lack of Scottish self-confidence. They were timid and anxious. This time there's an assertion of Scottish self-confidence.
Tam Dalyell warned devolution would inevitably slide into independence. You said that devolution would be a motorway to independence with no exits. Has that turned out to be true?
This particular motorway has gone on for hundreds of miles. Now, at the very end of it, there may be an exit. And to that extent, perhaps I was wrong. I hope I was wrong.
I think he's right the first time and wrong the second time.
Gordon Wilson led the SNP through the Thatcher years. He, like Jim Sillars, worries that the yes vote is behind in the polls because the SNP lost sight of the big cause and got a bit too comfortable running devolved government, what he calls Mogadon politics.
Mogadon, yes, is an old-fashioned sleeping pill, is it not? And I think, in a sense, Scotland has got accustomed to sedate, constructive government. Sleep-inducing, as they say. And I think it's the absence of the vision, which is where I would most criticise. And that's why we've got bogged down to such a great degree in the problems of currency, Europe. These are all trench warfare things.
There is no doubt that the SNP tactic is to say, we'll change, but we won't really change. No, we'll keep the Queen, keep the pound, keep this, keep that, and the Union Jack will come down and the saltire will
Don't
go
worry,
up.
you won't feel a thing.
That's right, you know, it'll be nice. That people don't want that.
Jim Sillars and Gordon Wilson both think Alex Salmond made a strategic error committing to a currency union with London, but they both believe the Yes campaign is picking up.
The campaign is no longer losing. The target will be to win it. It is possible. It is not probable as at this moment.
If we get the working class to vote yes, we cannot get beat.
And it's coming over, you think?
And it is coming over, yes.
I think that they are wrong.
One of devolution's greatest supporters through the years was Labour's George Robertson. He, the man who said devolution would kill the nationalists and their cause stone dead.
You're looking at them now, in power, waving the saltire, having the referendum at a time of their choosing. They're not dead, are they? You breathed life into them.
I don't think we breathe life into them, and whether we kill them politically stone dead, you know, has still got time to run.
It's not going to be a parliament that is going to be allowed to vote itself into an independent state. That is not what it is going to be about.
Well, that's not how it turned out. But George Robertson believes one vote, one defeat for independence, and the subject will be closed.
This will be a decisive poll if the no side win.
That's it, over. Even if the yes side gets, say, 45%, 45, 55, that's quite narrow, isn't it? Especially considering where they came from.
I think that they will consider that to be a victory. I doubt if the Scottish people will. I think people will say we've had enough.
If there is a no vote, then I would suspect that within the period 5 to 10 years thereafter, the issue will come back.
Tam Dalyell says what many unionists privately mutter, a suspicion that Alex Salmond will be secretly perfectly content with a narrow defeat for his cause.
My view is, I've known him for a long time, and incidentally, I like the guy. But I just wonder how much he wants independence. I think Alec might well prefer to go on gurning, as we Scots say.
Yes, I think Alec has been in a bit of a Holyrood bubble on occasion, but I don't doubt for a single moment that he wants independence. I have no doubt of that at all.
The veterans of the last two referenda have watched their confident assertions be challenged, adjusted or shattered in recent decades. They all agree the story of Scotland's changing relationship with the rest of the United Kingdom is not over. September the 18th will decide whether the next step is evolutionary or drastic.